I'm Aaron, translator of the Sorcerer's Handbook, and this is a Translator Spotlight interview. So, the first question is, what kind of atmosphere do I enjoy most? Personally, I'd say I prefer a calm atmosphere most of the time, but every now and then when things get too quiet, you start to feel that life is a bit boring. So I'd say everyone at some point would just hope to have some intensity in their lives. Besides translating, I also enjoy activities like bodybuilding and Muay Thai. On the side, I would also play the piano and sing. So to answer the question, I'd say most of the time I like a calm and quiet atmosphere, but at the core, really, I just want my life to be interesting. The second question, am I someone who plans everything, or do I prefer to figure things out as I go? Fun fact, have you heard of the MBTI test? So I've done it, and I got ENTJ. Apparently, the J's are the type of people who really like planning things in advance. And yes, I believe that fits me perfectly because I really prefer if things can be prearranged rather than just going with the flow. Last minute changes is just not my thing. I hate it. I hate getting my schedule messed up. Yes, that's something that I can't take. It just stresses me out. Third question, what kind of ending feels the most satisfying to me? For me, my favorite type of ending is one with a proper conclusion. One that wraps things up without leaving anything ambiguous. I hate open endings. Yes, I hate it a lot because I do like letting my imagination drift sometimes, but imagine you follow a story for about 4,000 chapters, only for the story to end on a cliffhanger. No, I get attached to my characters. I need to know whether they end up happy or not. Yes, open endings is just not my thing. Yeah, I just hate it and I hope authors can stop doing that. So our fourth question is, what makes a story feel memorable rather than just entertaining? This one's a bit tricky. I'd say what makes a story memorable in general is just one with unique plots, with a bit of humor. I'm just not so into the repetitive tropes, and honestly, I'm just getting tired. I'm really getting tired of the face-slapping genre. Yes, I need good world building with light humor, which is also why I picked the Sorcerer's Handbook as my project. Our fifth question, when you begin translating a new chapter, what is the first thing you pay attention to? Well, the first thing I look into is just basically checking whether or not the new chapter flows well from the previous one. So I'd say, for instance, I'll check maybe if the author has forgotten some of their own sayings and whether or not I need to correct them. Yes, I personally believe that consistency is key for the readers to truly immerse themselves into the story. Of course, grammar is also just as important. Good grammar tends to just make the reading experience much more enjoyable. Okay, our sixth question. How do you know when the line feels right in English? For me, it's all about whether or not the line actually makes sense in English. So a lot of Chinese idioms, for instance, they just wouldn't work if you translate them word for word into English. So you would have to look for an English equivalent of the idiom that conveys the same meaning. Yes. And then we have also got the action scenes. I've got to make sure that things are happening in order instead of just jumping around. So I'd say when I translate a line, I would start with the grammar first, and then the sequence, basically the action sequence, and finally the sentence structure. These are the three things I would look into to make sure that whether or not a line makes sense. Yes. Seventh question is the last question I've got for this video. So, our final question. Are there any character types you especially enjoy translating? The novel I'm translating right now, The Sorcerer's Handbook, their main character, Ash Heath, is exactly my type of character. So he has got this light-hearted humor, but he can also be serious when it matters. He also interacts with his friends, which makes the plot feel so much more alive. The story has real stakes, yes, but his carefree personality just makes it so much more fun to read. I don't enjoy the type of lone wolf MC. So basically, it just gives. It's basically just like the characters that just do everything alone. It just gives me the feeling that the world revolves around them, and yes, there's no families or friends mentioned. It's just him doing whatever he wants. That's not really my thing. Yes, I don't enjoy the type part at all. Alright, so that pretty much sums up our Translator Spotlight interview. If you enjoyed my video, I would greatly appreciate it if you could tap on the like button, as well as follow or subscribe, depending on which platform you're watching on. Until then, see you next time.